You're right there, Mark here from 6 Plus, going over a bit of a different video today, and that is my experience using water washable resin. So this one here, as you can see, is the Sunlu. So I'll show you in a minute what I've been having fun with. Alright, so as I said, I'm using the Sunlu water washable resin. Now, this is my first ever bottle of using this water washable resin. I have normally been using your standard one where you've got to clean it with some form of spirit. 9 times out of 10, most people use isopropyl alcohol, IPA for short. But I do use methylated spirits. Now, anyway, as I said, this is about the water washable and maybe why you want to use it in replacement. I will say its big pro is in the name. It's water washable. You're not having to deal with nasty chemicals. You're only dealing with H2O. All right. So that's one of the big pros. The con, I'll put it out the back. Knock it out straight away. It is a little bit more expensive. On average, around 10% more. It varies between brand to brand. So I'll just show you a few examples of what I've been doing. Explain the process. If I remember, I'll be running a bit of B-roll of me doing the procedures and stuff that I'm on about. So, as I said, there's the sunlight. Now, I have been printing out some ogres, as some of you may be aware. Now, for a good comparison, what I thought I'd do is print out some with Sunlu water washable resin. As you can see here, hopefully it's popping through. Really lovely details. Alright, really pleased with it. And then if I grab this one here, this was done with the Sunlu light grey, so it is a different shade, light grey standard resin. They are not IBS like, they are just standard resin. And the quality difference, I generally cannot see any difference with them. Really nice. Got these little Pioneer little things here. Really straightforward. So I will say the process was very much the exact same as you be printing any model. You put it in your slicer, you put in the your corresponding settings because it is a different material, okay, different resin you're printing with. So you may not be able to get away with just using standard prints. You may want to dial it in. But yes, you do your standard printing and you put it in your printer, print and run. You just let it do its job. Now, when I first started printing with it, I was really quite nervous because I was like, please don't let it fail, please let it work, and so on and so forth. And I've done a little bit of research beforehand where water washable resin can come across a little bit more brittle than standard alcohol resin. Just for simplicity, alcohol resin, water resin. Touch wood, I have not noticed any brittle difference between the water resin and the alcohol resin. There is no tangible difference. There's a little bit of give, but it's not the same as ABS like resin. So I'll put it in the printer, so on and so forth. I then have my wash and cure machine, which I've been able to purchase. And I then place the prints into the water. Now, I will say a pro that I have noticed myself personally, it seems to be the water resin seems to just flow better. It doesn't seem to stick on to the model as much. So, funnily enough, you seem to be cleaning less. You're wasting less of it. There's less going into your cleaning fluid. Do you need to sand these? So that's a pro that I have noticed. So I'll put it in the wash and cure machine. I've probably been running a bit of B-roll, do a few cycles. It's clean. In all fairness, I'm only having to deal with dirty water. Now, because there is resin in that water, you do not want to just throw it down your sink. There is floating resin in there, funnily enough. So hopefully I'll remember to play. You want to put it in a see-through container and put it out in the sunlight, so then the resin that is in the water can settle to the bottom, it can harden with the UV sunlight and settle at the bottom. You can then reuse that water for other prints, and you just scrape away the plastic and scrape away the resin, and dispose of it accordingly. So as you can see here, this is a print that I've done for my ogres. This is a Komodo rider, and it's just coming out really, really well. This is one where I haven't fully cured it. It's fully washed. I'm comfortable handling it. However, you know, please be careful. This is resin, so I wouldn't be handling it extensively without fully curing it, but I will go and wash my hands afterwards. But yeah, it peels away lovely. Use your hot water trick, warm water to make it peel. I have tested with water washable resin, if warm water makes it clear the resin away quicker than colder water. To be honest, I've noticed no difference at all. And here's the Komodo dragon. As you can see there is no, I don't see any residue whatsoever. It's slightly bowed because it's just dried out a little bit. Little bit of research I did find out was if you do store water washable resin in a damp location, it can potentially have a tendency to absorb and swell. But I haven't been using it enough to warrant if that is a real thing or not. I did have an ever so slight misprint where I think it slipped, but that's not on the resin, that's on me. But the detail, it just came out really, really, really good. A limb for the rider. So these are like Mornfang proxy units for my ogres. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Okay, the detail is just lovely. I just need to go along and sand it, and it just peeled off so nicely using the the warm water trick. So there's not really a huge much more I can say. Hopefully the results you can see here are really straightforward. If you are a beginner into the hobby of 3D printing, I would recommend using water washable resin. It's less waste that you're having to deal with. You're not having to worry about using IPA or methylated spirits and wasting it. Yes, you can recycle those spirits. I will be coming out with videos in the future to show how it's to do, but it's potentially a bit more of a finicky process compared to the water. Yes, you do put it outside, you let the light cure it, but if you're not careful, you can kind of waste all the alcohol if you let too much resin build up. But that's something for in the future. But I do think water washable resin is a lot safer for people to use at the beginning. It doesn't seem to smell as much as the alcohol resin, but there is that caveat that if you are using this for miniature wargaming, I would recommend, if you go water or alcohol, please get IBS. Has a little bit more give to it. As you can see here, there's not a huge amount of give, so that could break if I'm not careful. But yes, I will put a link in the description down below to the wash and cure machine that I've got, because it just does so well, and to both the water washable resin I use and the alcohol resin if you do want to. But the water, definitely have a gander at it, because as I said, the quality is just great. Like, one moment, there you go. water washable bases, everything. It's just really, really good. Cannot fault it. And I think once they're painted and they're put onto the tabletop, you're not going to notice it. It's going to come out really, really well. But anyway, I'm now waffling. Thank you so very, very much for watching through. It means the absolute world to me. And if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you had experience yourself. But anyway, take care of yourself. And I hope to see some of you, if not all of you, in the next one. Ta-ra for now.